Hey, what up, guys? It's Robbie, and today this is this is so freaking annoying when game companies, patent game mechanics, and that's exactly what's happened here. As you can see from the headline from automaton.com, I actually just archived it, safer that way. Um, Nintendo registers numerous new patents from Tears of the Kingdom, even for loading screens. I don't know, like, okay, I don't own a Switch. I haven't played a Zelda game in my life, and obviously that means haven't played Tears of the Kingdom. But it's kind of weird that you patent a system for loading screens. I mean, if you did that for any game, I understand that they're doing this for from Tears of the Kingdom because apparently it has a special loading screen. Um, just comment down below if you play the game and you can tell me more about that unique stuff. Uh, that's just a big void in my gaming memory. It's just not even there. But onto the actual topic. Nintendo. I'm not gonna read the whole article, but the important parts is that they actually patented like 32. Let's see here. Yeah, it was in this part of the article. Yeah, 32 patents, 31 of which are related to Tears of the Kingdom. So mainly all from Tears of the Kingdom. But I'll just read the intro. Nintendo has made a significant number of their registered patents public in the past months, and an overwhelming number of them seem to pertain to the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Various aspects of Tears of the Kingdom mechanics and gameplay being patented had been a topic of discussion in the past as well, with some being of the opinion that Nintendo may be a tad too aggressive with their patents. I mean, there's 31 patents just from this one game, so registering functionalities that could be considered too general, but unfair to block by patenting. Among the patents recently made public, there are some functionalities which seem to be rather, quote, basic, but a thorough look at them does reveal unique points as well. Uh, so I don't understand why game companies are doing this. This isn't the first time I've heard of it. Obviously, there was the thing with Shadows of Mordor from WB Games, Warner Brothers, who recently published Hogwarts. No, it's not recent. It was back in February, but published Hogwarts Legacy. So it might give you, I guess, gives you like an idea of what else would they patent if there's something cool, a mechanic that's cool from their games, from what Avalanche developed with Hogwarts Legacy. But that's a thought for another time, and I'm sure this kind of issue is gonna appear in like 6 months or so. I'm just guessing because I didn't realize this could have been a trend, but apparently this was one for Nintendo, as we read here. Within Japan's game and entertainment industry, Nintendo stands out for the volume and competitiveness of their patents. In a study by Patent Result, it was found that Nintendo's patents had been cited as ground for rejection of other companies' patents in 180 cases during the year 2022. I don't know if that's a big number for an issue like this. It seems like one to me, but I don't know. I'm not aware of just the work it takes to make patents and fight patents if yours is too similar to other companies is. And I sure as hell don't know that for Japan. So just letting you know now. I'm just reporting on this issue. A large portion of Nintendo's patents are unsurprisingly related to technology used in the latest, obviously. Yeah. So the part that was interesting to me was like the specific patents in general. And here in this article, it goes over some of them, like in-game abilities such as Ultra Hand and Fuse. I'm guessing those are like, I know they say abilities, but I'm guessing like permanent abilities that help with like grabbing stuff. Oh, that's what and making stuff. That's what I take away from it. Again, this is I'm not aware of Zelda at all whatsoever. So, apologies for my ignorance. Um, One patent spotted by Naoya 2K that appears to be, quote, obvious as a functionality at first glance is related to calculations performed while Link rides on top of objects. The solution is described in the movement. Okay, so they're just describing this certain game mechanic, and I'm guessing this thing is what's patented over here. Let's see here. The movement of movable dynamic objects placed in the virtual space is controlled by... Jesus, this is so technical. Controlled by physics calculations, and the movement of the player's character is controlled by user input. When the player's character and dynamic object come in contact in the downward direction relative to the character, in other words, when the character is on top of an object, the movement of the dynamic object is added to the movement of the player's character. Put simply, the game judges when Link is making contact with a movable object underneath him, and if the object moves, Link will automatically move in the same way and speed as the object does, without any input being made. Okay. So it sounds like to me like Link getting on top of a moving object, or an object that can't move but can move if he does certain things. But I'm guessing it's saying, because it's saying the movement of a dynamic object implies that the object in question is capable of moving or motion. The functionality, but that's not the only one. The other one, is Nintendo. Where's the loading screen? I believe. No. This is the Ultra Hand one. I'm sorry. A related patent defines a mechanic that prevents Link from grabbing an object he is on top of using Ultra Hand. It also seems rather intuitive. Okay. The patent does, however, go into detail, such as the mechanics also blocking Link from using Ultra Hand on objects which have been joined to an object he is on top of. A rather unexpected mechanic of Tears of the Kingdom that has been patented by Nintendo is the very brief loading sequence that commences when using fast travel to instantly relocate to another place in the vast world. Patent is a solution. This is crazy to me. This part is what's crazy to me. I don't know if they're trying to patent loading screens or fast travel, because the concept of patenting either, sounds insane. I have a feeling it's this specific, like, loading sequence that happens in this specific kind of fast travel, because that just seems absurd to me. Like, either one of those. Patenting loading screens or patenting fast travel. Okay. The patent is a solution to providing, quote, a game processing method capable of enriching game presentation during a waiting period in which at least part of the game processing is interrupted, and consists of filling up the loading period that ensues after the user inputs their fast travel destination. Wouldn't they have to explain that fast travel destination part? Whatever. With a sequence in which an image of the starting point's map transitions into a map of the destination after this. Yeah, this basically just describing fast travel here. But that's the conclusion this writer here arrives at, is something like, yeah, I can kind of see how this is puzzling to me too. Where they're saying that it's fascinating to see that even game mechanics that most will barely register while playing, such as the loading screen sequence, can be legally protected patents. I don't even know how that's even that's really scummy. I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was scummy when WB Games patented the Nemesis system, where it was really creative, from Shadow of Mordor, where you basically had control of an orc, Urukai, I'm guessing. Lord of the Rings fans, don't get mad at me. These captains, sometimes generals, and sometimes you could control them. Sometimes, because you control them and you got rid of competing captains or something like that, they could take over their place. And part of that game is, like, a little bit of spoilers, but part of the game requires you to control a set of captains that turn into generals, or basically control generals within the orcs of Mordor. And that system, that really creative system, got patented. I mean, there's more to the Nemesis system than that, the rivalries and whatnot. But still, it was super surprising to say the least that you could even patent something like that. And it's like such a anti-consumer move to patent game mechanics. It's just I don't know, man. That just doesn't sit right with me. I mean, a lot of the criticisms for patents is that they stifle creativity, and that's true, to generally speaking. Because if you constantly make patents for a bunch of things, definitively you're making a patent for something that's unique. Because otherwise, there would have already been a patent for something like that, assuming. Um, but if you keep on doing that, then you run out of unique shit. So, yeah, that's it's unfortunate, and I don't know why Nintendo is doing this. I I've I'd like to think this is my guess is that this is their way of trying to be competitive, whereas like Xbox will buy their competition, Sony will kind of buy their competition, but really just invest in the quality of their games and make them into multimedia projects. I'm guessing patenting shit is now um Nintendo strategy to compete. Although I don't understand that. They have the highest selling like console of this past generation between like PS4s and Xbones. I'm pretty sure that the Switch outsold the PS4 at this point. If not, they're pretty close. And they're selling like didn't Tears of the Kingdom sold like almost 20 million copies at this point? It's a freaking game of the year contender, along with a bunch of other games. It's been a great year for gaming. It's been a great year for gaming. But anyways, going off topic. That's all I wanted to share. I thought this was ridiculous enough to share. Anyways, take care.